Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. I'm going to run through the Montales in my collection. It's been a while since I've done a video. I've not been 100%, just a cold that seemed to linger for 2 to 3 weeks, which was pretty dreadful. Yes, I mentioned that because the Montale fragrances to me are very vibrant. You can smell them. They kind of bring joy, I think, and they've got some lovely longevity. So for me, of course, these Montales are wow, not weird, but they certainly have some unusual elements. So if you'd like to see and hear about the Montale fragrances in my collection, do keep watching. I thought I would rank them as well. I've got 7 here, and so I'll rank them in order of how I like them. I like them all, but someone has to be at number 7. And for me, that is Daydreams. Daydreams is the newest addition to the Montales for me. I did smell this a couple of years ago in a department store, but only picked it up recently when I found it on a good deal. It is a summery, fruity, summery fragrance. The fruits in here are mandarin, I believe, and I think there's bergamot in here. There's some coconut in the base, but it's more kind of Mediterranean summer than tropical summer, I would say. It's very flirty, it's juicy, it's musky. Interestingly, this one doesn't last the longest on my skin. I only get 2 to 3 hours out of Daydreams. But yes, it's happy. There's something very happy about it. I would wear this during the day. I do wear this during the day. You could wear it on a warm, balmy summer's evening, I guess, as well. But it's fun. It's fruity. It's musky. It's fun. It's fun, not sophisticated, I would say, but I do enjoy it. That's Daydreams by Montale. At number 6, I have Red Oud. I've mentioned this one before on the channel. I've had this for a couple of years. I have to tell you, this paper strip smells incredible. It's a beautiful rose fragrance. There is oud in here. I guess you would say this is a beginner's oud to me. It's warm and inviting. That's what I get from this. And it really counterbalances the rose very well. This one differs from black oud, which I have sampled. To me, in black oud, the rose is way more soapy. And also I think from my memory, if my memory serves me, more of a medicinal quality from the oud. Whereas this oud is warm and dry. The rose and the oud are accompanied by culinary spices in here. I think there's cumin in here. It's just very inviting. It's like a baked good, baking in the oven towards the end of the bake. And it's not sweet. There's sweetness in here from the rose, but the sweetness comes from, the baked goods are warm and dry and just very hospitable smelling. This would be excellent in cool and cold weather. And I guess that's why it's at number 6 for me, because I don't wear it that much. It's pretty warm here much of the time. Very interesting, very unusual. You could say this is a little weird, but overall very good. That's Red Oud. At number 5, I have Aqua Palma. I first heard about Aqua Palma on YouTube from Paulina Shah. This is a couple of years ago, and she recommended this as an excellent hot weather fragrance. Well, I think she certainly knows her stuff, because this is an excellent hot weather fragrance in that it lasts really well on the hottest of days. This is cardamom heavy, but it's a bright cardamom. It's combined with fruits here. I think there's bergamot, there's peach. So I wouldn't say it's spicy, it's more bright. And when I first got this, and again, it's at least 18 months ago, if not more, it was more mentholy, more toothpastey. It's not so much that now. Now I get lightly spiced fruits. I've not smelled anything like this before. And I really enjoy it. It's very different. It's absolutely unisex. This would work equally well on anyone. And again, I like wearing this out and about on the hottest of days because it sticks with me and it's refreshing and it's lovely. That is Aqua Palma by Montale. At number 4, we have dark purple. Dark purple is gorgeous. I have to say, the rose in here is so luscious. It reminds me very much of the rose in Roses Vanille by Mancera. You can practically feel the softness of the rose petals in dark purple. And in my mind, it's a deep fuchsia rose. I believe it's mixed with geranium in here, which I guess amplifies that rosiness. And there's fruits in here. There's plum, which I certainly get. There's orange in here. It's musky. It's really lovely. And again, I wear this out and about. If I want to put something on and don't want to carry anything with me, but I'm going to be out all day, whether it's running errands or on some kind of road trip with my partner, I reach for this one. I also mentioned earlier in the year, I've worn this and it's been very comforting on difficult, sad days. Something about the rose is enveloping and comforting. Interestingly, I can wear this in warm weather, which seems strange, but I have worn it in warm weather. Probably not the hottest of days, but it's a beautiful fragrance, very feminine, vibrant. That is dark purple. So good. We are at the top 3. At number 3, I've mentioned this one before. It is absolute joy in a bottle, sunshine in a bottle. This is Intense Tiare. This is tropical florals overload to the max. The Tiare here is very, very prominent and it's mixed with some ylang, but I think it's more Tiare. It's kind of, I would say, some may think these florals are harsh. I love them because I would say they're vibrant rather than harsh. There's a lot of coconut in here too. It's so good. I think there's vanilla in here as well. It's sunshine in a bottle. It is a tropical island. The coconut's reminiscent of coconut water, straight out of the coconut itself. This is forget your troubles, put on a sarong, go to the beach. It's loud, it projects. I would say with all of the Montales, they're really good in open spaces. They do better where there's some room to breathe. So I wouldn't wear Montale to work. I wouldn't wear it for Netflix and chill necessarily, but outside they come into their own, or anywhere where you're moving around. So they're great for a party, but probably not an intimate dinner, that kind of thing. But back to Intense Tiare. This is beach tropical holiday. You can wear this to the beach. I have worn this to the beach, and even though it's strong, it's not too much in the heat. You can wear this if you were sitting outside, in a cafe or restaurant for dinner, you could wear this. It's worth getting your nose on. If you like bright, bold summer florals, Intense Tiare. At number 2, we have Ristretto Intense Cafe. Oh my gosh. This number 2 and number 1 were very close. I couldn't really decide. This could have been number 1, but it's number 2 because I love number 1 so much. Ristretto Intense Cafe. This DNA, this Intense Cafe, this Roses Vanille from Mancera DNA, I just find it mind-blowing. I just can't get over it. It's so delicious. Oh, it's so delicious. In this one, you get a lot of rose and caramel. They're the main players. It's also musky. There's woods in here, and there's coffee. The coffee is not super strong. In Intense Cafe, the original Intense Cafe, I don't get any coffee, which is why I bought the full bottle of Ristretto Intense Cafe. And you do get the coffee here, but it's quite subtle and it's not milky at all. It's a very dry coffee smell, like beans, freshly ground coffee beans. That's what I get. And it gives the whole fragrance a dry, toasty, roasted feel to me. It's heavenly. I do prefer this over the original. It's absolutely a gourmand fragrance. The caramel, the coffee, it's so very, very delicious and very good. If the difference between this and Roses Vanille, which I also own, is that Roses Vanille, the rose is even more prominent. Roses Vanille is a plush, delectable rose. In Roses Vanille, the rose is like the dark purple. I was saying the rose is just incredible. That's what you get in Roses Vanille. And in Roses Vanille, it's more very much like fresh rose petals with sugar, with vanilla. This one is the caramel. So it is darker, I would say. It's richer in a sense. If I lived in a cool climate, this Ristretto Intense Cafe could be a signature fragrance. I still wear this even on warmish weather sometimes, not hot, but I wear this as much as I can. It puts a smile on my face. It is delicious and delectable. That is Ristretto Intense Cafe. All right, we're at number 1. Number 1 is definitely weird, but it is still my number 1. Number 1, this could be a controversial choice. I think this fragrance is controversial. That is Mukhallat by Montale. Strawberry. Now, this to me is a strawberry fragrance like no other. It has got nothing to do with strawberry milkshake. No strawberry milkshake. This is strawberry. It's vanilla, it's almond. The almond is very prominent, and I think there's something like Peru balsam in here. It's got a resinous, foresty kind of element to it, but the strawberry reigns supreme, and the strawberry is a very concentrated, almost granulated in its sweetness. I remember years ago growing what are here called alpine strawberries, these tiny little strawberries, and I grew them in baskets. And when you ate them, they were super sweet and super concentrated, more like a wild strawberry, I guess. And that's what the strawberry smells like in here. It is much more interesting on skin than on the strip. On skin, it dries down into something absolutely delicious. The first time I smelled this, and this was a blind buy, I definitely got what some people say, or people have said in Fragrantica, that this smells like, has got a very strong latex quality. I would say it had a mild latex quality, and to me, that's kind of how the almond's done in the fragrance. The almond may be mixed with the Peru balsam. I only got that the first time I sprayed it. I don't get the latexy quality. There's something there. But it's mostly a very concentrated strawberry to me. So, maybe a slight plastic doll's head vibe, but it's very slight, and it kind of adds to the weird quality of this. It is really weird. People have said that it smells like old school strawberry erasers. I think there's a lot more to it than that, but I can see what they're saying. This just does something for me. It elevates my mood. Mukhallat is very characteristically Montale, I think. It's weird. It's kind of avant-garde. Like, not everyone's going to like this, but I find this strawberry, this rich, concentrated strawberryness entirely addictive. That's why it's at number 1 for me. And I wore this when I wasn't feeling so well in recent weeks, and it brought me joy. One, I could smell it, which was wonderful. And yeah, on clothes, this lasts for days. So yeah, Mukhallat is a weird one, but if you're looking for a strong, distinctive strawberry fragrance, definitely get your nose on this. I like it a lot. Mukhallat. They are my selection, friends. Do you have Montale fragrances still in your collection? We don't hear about them that much anymore, I don't think, but they certainly have a place in my collection for their uniqueness, for their projection, and for their longevity. So these all have great performance. The only one that's a bit shy on the performance is Daydreams, the first one I mentioned. It doesn't last, it only lasts 2 or 3 hours on my skin. So that's quite unusual. The rest, oh my goodness, the rest you can, I guess Intense Tiare, about 5 or 6 hours. The rest you're looking at 8 hours plus. So I hope you enjoyed that little look, and I hope you're well. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.